子供の頃の夢は色あせない落書きで思うまま書き滑らせて描く未来へとつながる
Alright, well, welcome to another episode of the one where we talk about anime! Yay! Well, you might notice, David is not here this week.
No, he's not.
Unfortunately, David's really busy and will not be able to continue doing this podcast anymore, unfortunately.
Aww.
However, brought in me a ringleader here. I have Jordan Cruz.
Yay! That's me. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, he's been on a couple episodes now, but he's going to be taking David's spot ongoing here.
That's right.
Get to talk about anime!
Yay! Awesome. So.
Oh, man. So how you doing, Jordan?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Thanks for asking. But, anyway, I came over. It's funny because I came over to do this, and you were just like, man, that's just so perfect timing of you to come over because I'm about to watch, like, the new episode of RWBY that just came out, like, in Season 3 and stuff.
Yep, for everyone to know, Season 3 of RWBY has just aired for sponsors. Actually, when this episode goes up, it should be available for all viewers. But your thoughts on the new episode?
It was legit. I liked it. Like, it was good. I felt like the animation was just smoother. I felt the voice acting was a lot more, was like, I don't want to say it was, because it wasn't bad necessarily before, but like, it was a lot smoother too.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like they got like a lot more direction.
Yeah, you can really tell that their budget this time has really increased.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
I'm guessing they probably got a pretty good staff to take over from Monty.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. Like, from the just look of the episode, it was really, really good. You know, the fight scenes are still awesome. Weapons are still awesome. I mean, just all in all, it was just really, it was a big improvement. So I really liked it. Kind of wish that they had another episode out already. But,
that's the beauty of Rooster Teeth.
Exactly.
Of their short episode, and you're going, no!
That's what I was saying.
The next one?
That's what I was saying. I'm just like, dude, come on. I want to watch the next episode right now. Give it to me.
Give it to me. Well, that's the beauty of all anime. We get, well, at least with most anime episodes, they're 30 or 20 minutes or so.
Something like that, yeah.
At least this episode was like 15 minutes
15,
long.
17, something like that.
Yeah, so it's longer than most episodes. And I'm really hoping that
it stays that way.
Yeah.
Me too. I mean, I've never been a fan of short anime. Like, I guess, I don't know, could you consider that anime? I mean, it's sort of kind of.
We talked about it when they got picked up by a Japanese company and it was dubbed in Japanese.
Yeah.
So it was considered the first American anime to
be picked up by Japanese.
Japanese to actually get dubbed over there.
Yeah.
But then we got the whole conversation of, is it actually anime? And it comes back to, like, Avatar and stuff, where it's done in the anime style.
But it's not necessarily.
Anime, because anime is Japanese animation.
True. Okay.
But, in my opinion, it's anime.
Yeah. I mean, it's good either way. Whether it's anime or not, it's still good.
Yeah.
So, and like...
It's kind of one of those things where the word anime has evolved from what it originally meant.
Yeah.
Because it's like, for me, anime is a cartoon series that is a true, like, it has a story to it. You know, with, like, a lot of American cartoons where every episode is complete randomness.
Yeah.
And doesn't really follow a story. And then you have shows like Avatar, RWBY, and stuff that actually has a full story to it.
It's like every episode. They might have a couple episodes in between that are just goofy.
Yeah, they're goofy, but
most of it follows the storyline.
That's the same as anime. You know, a lot of animes have that one beach episode that's like required.
Yeah, I know. It's always in the middle too. It's like episode 7 or 8 for like all animes.
Well, that's because episode 8 for most 12 episode series, episode 8 is the turning point of the season. So it's like 1 through 7 is all just kind of introduction and goofiness. And then all of a sudden episode 8 is where everything starts.
Yeah. I mean, I did kind of notice that, but I don't know, which kind of leads me, because, I mean, I know a lot of anime is only like 13 episodes long. Just, I guess, because that's how long, I guess, I mean, I'm not sure why, actually. I mean, is it because that's just how many episodes they got licensed to do or something? But
it's usually how many they get licensed to do.
Yeah.
Or
but it just...
the production company. Because with a lot of anime, they're usually filler in a way.
Yeah.
Of the production company needs to pump something out.
Okay.
So they pick up like a light novel or a manga series, and they just adapt it to pump out 12 episodes.
Yeah, and that just bothers me so much sometimes, because I'm like, man, you know, this is a good visual novel, or this is a good manga, or, you know, good series, and, you know, it only got picked up for 13 episodes if there's an OVA.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's like, okay, you know, let's pick it up for 12 episodes, but we're only going to give you those 12 episodes.
Yes.
And if you want to know the rest of the story, then you have to buy the manga, or you have to buy the anime, or, you know.
Yeah, well, and again, this is, you know, because it's catering to the Japanese culture.
Yeah.
And all the otakus there, because they make all their money on merchandise.
Is that what it is?
They make all their money on merchandise. They don't expect to make money on the actual show itself.
That makes sense.
Because that's why, you know, each season you've got like 20 or 30 titles coming out. And the otakus over there are watching maybe 2.
Okay, and they're buying like the visual novels. They're buying the manga.
They're buying the figures.
The games, the figures, everything. Okay, that makes sense. And then over here,
like,
it's not...
the show you really like, Genshiken.
Genshiken, yeah.
In that show, they're focused on that one anime. That Kuchibiki Balanced or whatever.
Something like that.
And you notice all the doshinji they're buying, all the figures they're buying are just that. It's like they're talking about other stuff, but
that's like, what they're into.
That's what they're into.
Got it.
So that really represents the otaku nature over there and the whole industry.
Okay, whereas over here, it's more, you know, since it's America and stuff, we're not as into buying the figures. Not saying we don't, but like, it's
most
not
people
as...
won't,
It's not as materialistic as it is over there. Over here, it's like, I just want to watch the show.
Exactly. That's why they quickly did away with the single DVDs.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that was so stupid.
Went with the box sets.
Good, because that was dumb.
Because Americans were like, we want it all right now.
Yeah, we don't want freaking to have to wait for...
I kind of don't like.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like the box sets?
Well, it's like, one... they overprice it ridiculously. Like, you know, it's like...
They really do.
$60 for a 12 episode on Blu-ray. It's like, are you freaking kidding me?
Oh, no, trust me, I know.
And it's like when I used to... Of course I say that, but it's like the original DVDs were like $20 for 6 episodes. So I guess in the long run, it kind of did pan out because...
Something like that, yeah. But I don't know.
It's like the VHSs only had 3 episodes, and those were like $15.
Yeah, I mean, I guess true in a way. Also, it kind of did make it a little more fun because it's like, collecting wise, it's like you had to actually look for it as opposed to just, oh, okay, well, I got everything right now. It's like, oh man, let me go to this convention and see if, you know, maybe they have the movie, you know, that I'm missing, you know, like, like disc 4 or something like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it was like Gundam Seed Destiny. I ended up buying like every single DVD when it came out.
Okay.
And I remember it was me and my friends. We were waiting like every month for like the next DVD so we could watch the series.
And it was just like,
and it was, you know, it made that excitement of, oh, you know, I'm waiting. Oh, here's the new one. And then you get to the end and you're like, oh!
Now I gotta wait. Yeah.
So having it all in one run, it's like you can marathon and then you're just like, and I'm done. okay, now what do I watch?
Yeah, exactly. So, but I mean, I mean, I had recently gotten into anime. You know me. I got into anime like 2-3 years ago. So I just kind of, I guess, was at that point already where everything was already coming out, you know, together, and you didn't really have to look for anything. And that's why sometimes I look at you and I'm like, why can't you just get it all together? And you're like, you don't understand.
You don't understand, man.
But no.
I've spent years to get this collection.
Exactly. So that's funny though. But I mean, have you, like, I mean, obviously the new season of the anime has come out in the past couple weeks. So I mean, was there any shows that you kind of saw or maybe like stuck out to you that were kind of interesting? Or have you really watched any?
Well, I've watched pretty much all of them. A lot of them I have dropped.
Really?
Just because they weren't good or they weren't really entertaining. I didn't want to waste my time watching.
Really?
But some were really good. One I really like, and I'm really interested to see where it's going, is the new, I'm going to butcher the name, the Urowaru Maru.
The guy with the mask with the horns on it. Udawaru Mono. I don't even know.
The False Mask, I think this season's called.
Something like that. I don't know.
And the whole time I'm watching, I'm going, okay, where's Hakuro? Where's Elu? And bring Cameo? Where's everybody?
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm starting to like these characters. The new guy in it is like the new Hakuro, basically, Haku.
Okay.
But he doesn't have a mask, but, you know, he doesn't have a memory, and he gets saved by a little fox girl, and, you know, that whole bit.
That whole spiel.
But it's like, the new girl is so much better than Elu.
Really?
It's like, you know how Elu was always like, really really girly.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to be really sexist or anything, but it's like, she was very girly.
Yeah, I mean, I only watched a couple episodes from the first season, but I can kind of tell where you're going from that.
Yeah, so,
Like,
and it's like, this new girl, you know, she fights off the demon thing, and then she's like, telling the dude, you know, you have to work for food and stuff, and
really?
to get him to do stuff, and, you know, she doesn't take crap from anyone.
Okay. So she's a little more independent as opposed to...
So she's a lot better of a character.
Okay. Got it.
And then that's what kind of complements Haku, the new guy. Because, like, unlike Hakuro, if you remember Hakuro, when he's, like, first introduced, he kind of just accepts everything.
Yeah.
And he was able to fight, and he was coming up with these new farming techniques.
Okay, yeah. It's kind of coming back to me a little bit.
Yeah, and then it just kind of, like, throws you off, because you're like, this guy, he doesn't have a memory. Would he really... I mean, yeah...
Is he okay doing all this? Like,
yeah, it's like, sure, I can think about your body acts on instinct, but there's some things where if you didn't have a memory, you know, a lot of amnesia patients are kind of, like, weary about everything. Even, you know, so they'll work on instinct, but they're always weary about, like, everything.
Okay.
And that's what I like in this one. This guy, he's just like, I don't want to do anything. It's really lazy. Like, he's supposed to go and, like, work in, like, this mill or whatever. And he's supposed to be doing something by hand because the machine's broken.
Oh, of course.
But, like, he was able to just fix the machine. So he just fixed the machine, sat down, and just sat there.
And just didn't do anything
else? Didn't do anything else.
He's just like, okay, I fixed the machine, that's it, I'm done. I'm done for the rest of the day. That's it.
It's like, that makes the character a little more relatable as a character, rather than...
instead of accepting, he's kind of like, well, I don't know what's going on, so I'm not going to do anything until I figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. I mean, I'll have to definitely check it out. I mean, I kind of want to finish the first season first, but I don't even remember what episode I was on.
That's the beauty of this one, is it's not a sequel.
Okay, so you can kind of just pick it up. You don't have to...
It seems like it's just another story done in that world.
Perfect.
So anybody who hasn't watched the first one, it's good to watch the first one.
What was the name of it again?
Utowaru Maro no.
Is something? We call it the anime that starts with a U and it has a really long name. It has a guy with a mask with horns on it. And a fox girl.
Listeners will know I'm very bad at pronouncing things.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But that's funny. I know for me, and I kind of was talking to you about this earlier. First off, on Crunchyroll, I was looking at just like the different new animes that were out for this season. And one of them, it was so weird because I didn't watch it, but it was like, the cover had a girl doing exercises and it was like an exercise show or something.
Oh, yes.
I don't know.
And it's like the Life with Hinako or something like that.
Something like that. And I just kind of was like, oh, I don't know if I really want to watch this. But then again, last season there was an anime where it was like Pillow Boys or something. And every week, I didn't watch an episode because I didn't want to, but it's
one of those
weird.
shows where it's not really meant for everybody.
I figured.
It comes back to the whole thing of a lot of Japanese men are very lonely. Mm-hmm. Like, I know there's like YouTube channels where the women, they actually do eating, have a meal with me.
Really?
Where people do like live feeds of she's just sitting there eating in front of the camera with all these people.
Yeah, I always wondered that
and it's nothing sexual, nothing like that. It's just guys who are just lonely and don't want to eat by themselves.
Okay.
And it's kind of the same thing with that show of it's just she's talking to the camera, and like I did.
It's almost like she's just acting like herself eating, but nothing like.
There's nothing sexual or anything.
It's just she's literally eating.
It's like her whole life. You know, I think there was like a scene where she literally is just like, all right, it's time to go to bed, and she just goes to bed, and it like just shows her sleeping, and it's like, this is really weird. Yeah. But for that culture, it's normal, or, well, not normal for most people, but for these people who are just lonely. Mm-hmm. You know?
Okay. Yeah, see, no, I didn't know that. And this show, Pillow Boys or whatever, I
haven't seen that one, but I didn't either. It sounds the same.
It's pretty much, from the looks of it, it says something about sleeping with one of the guy anime characters or something, and it's I don't even know, to be honest. Like, the description for every episode was this week's Pillow Boy is ... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure what that was. And I mean, part of me kind of was a little curious, so I almost kind of wanted to see one episode to see what it was, but I didn't. But one show that I do like, I think I told you about this, was Beautiful Bones.
Yes.
That is a good show, at least so far, because pretty much it's this kid who, well, it starts out, there's a dead bird on the road, or a dead cat, or I think it's a dead cat, and everybody's gathered around it, and they're kind of freaking out like, oh man, it's dead, and he talks about how when you see something that's dead, it kind of brings sadness and stuff to you, but he doesn't react that way anymore. And then he explains why, and it's because he's been hanging out with this girl who's obsessed with bones, and like she makes animal figurines from their bones, like gathers their bones and replicates how the animal looks, through the bones. And it's really cool, but it's almost like a detective show too.
Kind of like the show Bones?
Maybe, I don't know. But it's like they always find human bones. That's what he even says in one of the episodes. He's like, for some reason it's weird, but every time we're together, we always find human remains. And it becomes like a detective show in a way, because she ends up trying to figure out, like the police will come onto the scene and, they'll be like, oh, well, I think it's this. And the girl will be, she'll be saying, oh no, you're absolutely wrong. It's this, and this is what happened. Well, how do you, how do you know that? Oh, it's obvious, and she'll go into this huge detail of how it happens. And, well, didn't you see this fracture here on this bone? Or didn't you see like the evidence here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just really interesting because it's a different take on like a mystery. You know, I haven't seen a good mystery anime in a while.
It's like the quote mystery genres of anime that have been coming out have usually been more horror than mystery.
Yeah.
It's like, there's this thing that's just killing people, or
what is it?
Yeah, and it's like really creepy, and you're just kind of like, this is more of a horror than a mystery.
And I mean,
this sounds like it's a lot more on the actual
horror
figuring
side.
Out,
thriller almost.
Yeah,
but like for me, a couple good mystery animes I've seen are, well, one was Hyoka, which, I mean, that's not really super major mystery. It's more like a mystery in the school, kind of slice of life. You know, the kid's just a high school student. He's part of a club with 3 other kids, and, you know, little stuff happens in the school, nothing major, and he kind of comes to a deduction of, well, obviously it's like this. You just have to use common sense, you know?
Yeah.
And it was a nice little slice of life. Plus the opening theme was really good.
You and your opening.
Both opening
all
themes.
Your themes.
Yeah, both opening themes were really good. But another one that I saw, I don't know if you've seen it, but it was called like Ghost Stories or Ghost Hunt. That's what it was called.
Wait, I've heard of that, but I haven't watched that one.
It was kind of weird. It was mystery, but it had to deal with ghosts and like super, you know, like a little bit was kind of weird to watch, you know, but it was still, as far as mystery goes, pretty good. And it did get English dub, and Todd Haberkorn's the main character, so that was kind of cool. It was cool just seeing Todd Haberkorn play like a serious character, like, and not be, you know, the goofiness that he normally is. Because he's a good voice actor, but he normally plays goofy characters, and it's kind of cool to just see him play a more relaxed character, so.
Okay.
And he did really good in it, too, so.
Well, that'd be one I need to check out.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. They got, like, a guy doing an Australian accent in there, too, so. Or English. English or Australian, one of the two.
The English.
Something like that.
I would do
I think he's Australian.
English accent, but I can't.
Yeah, no, I think he's Australian, but it was good.
Good night, mate. That's about it. It's not
Bobby.
even that good.
On the Bobby.
On the Bobby.
Yeah.
I don't even think they say that.
They say Barbie or something. It's barbecue, I think. I don't know.
Well, let's just offend everybody.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe people can comment and, like, let us know if they are watching in Australia, like, hey, we do say Barbie, or we don't say Barbie.
Or we don't say.
So, but I know they have like different terms for different stuff over there.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of different.
But anyway, I mean that's pretty much the gist of what I've watched as far as the new season goes. I haven't really watched much after that. I mean, I've still been I mean, I watched all of TOWWTA X2, the second arc, and that was pretty good. But I think I said a couple weeks ago it was getting English dubbed. And it's kind of cool because they brought back some of the old voice actors from the first season. Yeah. And it's cool because some of the voice actors from the first season, you know, they don't really do anime that much anymore. You know, they've kind of moved on to... I don't want to say bigger and better things, but I mean, there's really no other way to say that, you know.
There's not too much profit.
Yeah, there really isn't. There really is not that much profit in anime. And the money comes from different shows, like doing shows for like Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network or different stuff like that. Video games.
You get to a real network and you'll actually be making some money.
Or union stuff. But
this is all on you, anime fans.
Yeah.
Start buying anime crap.
Dude, you just like... Yeah, of course. But no, it's true though. But at the same time, I think we kind of talked about this and touched base about this a couple weeks ago, was just the anime industry as a whole just kind of has been going downhill because every anime is almost the same thing now. It's not really, there's nothing really anything new that's coming out.
Well, it's like, you have to look at the different, the anime industry in Japan is fine.
Yeah.
It's going strong.
Because merchandise and stuff. Yeah.
Over here, it's not because we torrent.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what's killing the anime industry.
Like watching shows for free.
Yeah, because Americans aren't buying the merchandise.
Yeah, and
so,
they're just streaming the stuff for free.
Yeah, and it's like Funimation and
Sentai,
and
Bang
all
Zoom,
the anime produce companies or whatever know they're not going to make money on merchandise, so they have to rely on
buying the DVDs, or the Blu-rays.
Buying the mangas and stuff, but everybody is torrenting and they're reading online.
Yeah.
So we as anime fans are killing the industry.
That is true too. I will agree with that.
It's like,
so I mean, at least if
I'm not trying to stand above everybody, being like, yeah, I'm buying, blah, blah. But it's like,
but it's support.
Yeah, you still need to support. Sure, you can download stuff. I download. I admit it. I downloaded a lot of crap, but I'm still supporting of when it gets licensed.
You buy
then I buy it over here to support.
Yeah, I mean, I even bought. What was it? The first anime movie I bought. Okay, the first anime movie I bought was God, what was that? Redline.
Oh, yes.
Dude, and that was so weird. Like, that movie made no sense. It was a racing... Dude, it made no sense.
Redline was awesome.
It was funny, but it made no sense. It was literally racing, but there was, like, no real plot other than, well, I'm going to this big old race and I'm going to win. And at the end... Well, I'm not going to spoil it. But, anyway, I ended up selling it to RU Game, and they gave me like $1 for it. I was like, really, guys? Come on. But, anyway, I ended up buying Tales of Vesperia, The First Strike, which is one of my favorite movies. I love that movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I bought...
Well, that has Yuri in it, so of course it's going to be awesome.
Yuri's cool, so...
I don't care. Yuri is my favorite Tales character.
Dude, he's probably a lot of people's favorite Tales character.
Yeah,
but...
Well... For most people, they're always leaning towards the Symphonia characters. And I'm just like, yeah, Symphonia was fun game and everything, but...
The characters
aren't really...
I mean, they were okay. Like, Lloyd was cool. I mean,
it
Colette
had Sheena, so I mean,
yeah,
of course Sheena's awesome.
Yeah, Lloyd was cool. Genus was kind of meh. Colette was meh. Rain was cool. I liked Rain. Kratos was alright. I actually kind of liked, God, what was his name? Guy with the blue hair. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What was his name? Crap. Oh my goodness. I can't remember.
He wears the handcuffs.
Yeah. And
oh my god, I can't remember his name.
Oh my goodness. Kratos.
I never used him.
It starts with Yuan. That's his name. Yuan.
I never used them in my parties.
So. No, no, that's Regal. Like, if you're talking about Regal was cool. He was like the guy in charge of the company, like that big company, Regal. So I think that was his name, Regal Bryant. But no, I was talking about the guy that was friends with Kratos, who had the blue hair. His name was Yuan. So I couldn't remember his name. But no, I mean, I guess Symphonia was good, definitely. Gameplay wise, loved it.
Yeah.
Vesperia, I actually never played because I didn't have an Xbox, and I know it came out on PS3. But it was only Japanese version.
Uh-huh.
Which, in that version, Flynn is a playable character, which is freaking awesome. But I know who Yuri is, and Yuri's pretty cool. I like Yuri.
With Tales, there's so many different Tales. Like,
yes.
And not many of them came over here. So it's...
At first, no.
Yeah.
But
now they're starting to, which is great. And we're getting new Tales games.
And they're starting to get more popular.
Yep.
They're starting to get a lot more popular, is what I noticed. So.
Although, the new one just came out, and I haven't played it
at all. Yeah, Zestiria. It's okay. It's not...
That did not sound good.
It's not as good as, like, some of the other ones, that's for sure. I played Tales of Graces, which you hated because you hated playing as the kids, but I actually really liked it because once you get past the kid part, it actually gets good.
Well, see, that's the problem with a game. Is
it has to start out good.
Well, it doesn't have to be awesome right in the beginning because it's an RPG. You have to build to it.
Yeah.
But when you spend 4 or 5 hours of
Just being a kid.
Yeah, being this little kid and not really doing anything.
Yeah.
Of course you're going to get bored, and you're not going to you're not even going to want to finish it. It's you're already so annoyed with this character that even if he grows up, then you're still going to be annoyed with the character.
He didn't get better growing up. Like, he was still just as, annoying.
Okay, see?
But
then why would I even
because
continue?
the other characters were actually good. Like, cool. Asbel was kind of annoying. Like, he was just the typical, I'm going to be in charge, but my daddy hates me.
Oh, God.
But all the other characters were pretty cool. Pascal was cool. Hubert was cool when he got older. Malik was kind of decent. Sophie was cool. Richard was kind of stupid too. Richard was kind of dumb, but
it's just that's the thing. It's like with an RPG, you need to like the characters to really continue.
Yes, and that's the problem with Tales of Zestiria. I feel because the new one that just came out. Because I've been playing it, I haven't beaten it yet, but Soray is and I'll be honest, the voice acting is actually not that bad. Like, they got Robbie Drummond, I think. Is that how you say his last name? I hope that's how you say it. No Robbie, if by some chance you're listening, I'm sorry if I said it wrong. But, he plays Soray, and it's a different take on it. It's kind of cool. But the thing is that I just feel the characters are kind of bland. Like, they're kind of there. And in most Tales game, there's a story, and then it kind of differs from the story, and it kind of throws you for a loop, and you're like, wait a second, how the heck did this even come to happen? Like in Tales of Graces, you start out in a kingdom, you go to a desert oasis, you go to Russia, which is it's snowy and everything, and then you go into outer space, and I'm like, wait a second, how am I in outer space right now? But with at least for this one, Zestiria, from what I've played, they haven't really deferred from their path. It's still, I'm the shepherd, so I need to go and do these trials to make my shepherd powers better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's, the gameplay's different than most Tales games, but one thing that I don't like is, like I said, I think I told you, you have to keep Soray and Rose, which, that's not spoilers because Rose is a character. And I'm sure people who haven't played the game know that, she's obviously a playable character in the game. But you have to keep both of them in your party at all time because
that's when I get ticked.
Because the other characters are Seraphim, and the Seraphim have to be attached to a human character. So if you want the Seraphim to fight, you have to have human characters in the party. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's I really don't want to play a Soray all the time. I already have to see him run because you can't change who's running.
See, that's one thing with a lot of RPGs, mostly with older RPGs.
Yeah.
Of where you have to have the main character in your party at all times, and you can't switch them out ever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's you have to have a main character that's enjoyable. Otherwise, you're not going to enjoy it because you're stuck with this guy.
Exactly. And it's not that he's a bad character. It's just, there's nothing pizzazz about him.
Yeah.
There's just...
He's like a dating sim character.
There's nothing that really makes Soray stand out. It's just, he's the shepherd. Okay, cool. He's a nice guy. But it's... Okay, there's nothing like Yuri. Yuri had that cool attitude. That
distinct personality.
I don't care what's gonna happen. I don't care if I was part of the soldiers. I'm gonna do my own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it just so happens to be saving the world.
Saving the world.
So, and that's why I think because Yuri's relatable. Soray is just kind of, like I said, it's not bad. It's just
he's a dating Sims character.
It's just he's kind of forgettable. Yeah. I feel bad saying it, but he's kind of forgettable.
They're literally just a character to be there.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's kind of like Vaughn in Final Fantasy 12.
Oh God! Don't get me in 12.
He was there. He even says he's there for the ride. I'm like, which by the way, funny story. The voice of Vaughn is actually the guy who played Francis in Spy Kids 3D, the smart guy. Or whatever.
I've never watched
You've never seen Spy Kids 3D?
No.
That was a long time ago, dude. But I mean, the guy that played Francis is actually the voice of Vaughn, which I found absolutely hilarious. I was like, I knew it sounded familiar. But yeah, no, I mean, but you're right. Like the Tales games have gotten definitely a lot more popular. I mean, I still think Ston is a really cool character. You know who he is, right? The one with the long blonde hair and like Tales. God, what game was he in? I can't remember. It was one of the earlier Tales games. But I mean, they definitely have been getting a lot more popular over here, and I'm just like, yay! Because
it's a good thing. It's kind of the same aspect of Final Fantasy, of where if it keeps getting popular, they'll either remake the old games and bring them over, or they'll just bring them over and be downloadable or something in
like
the
that,
network, which would be great.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'd love to play some of the old Tales games.
Yeah,
and not torrent them.
It's like Tales of Urtishia, which was an older one. It had an anime and everything, and that story's really good. Yeah. But I've never played the game because it never came over here.
Yeah, I don't know. I just because I mean, I guess Japan kind of started realizing, hey, I think the Western audiences kind of like this stuff.
It's not really that. It's more of our industry.
Yeah.
Of, do they want to waste time and money converting it over here, or, putting it in the format to be playable over here?
Yeah.
Because, there's a lot of people that have, like, emulators on PC. Screw you, PC people. But... Wow. I'm a console guy.
Calling them out.
Well, I'm so tired of their, we're the PC master race. No, shut up and go sit in your little room by yourself.
Wow. Hostility.
I'm very hostile against the crappy PC people.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
But, yeah, no, it's like the company has to believe it's going to make money.
Yeah.
That if they put it in their network, like the PlayStation Network, to be downloadable to play on the PS3 or PS4, will they sell enough to
make some profit?
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like Final Fantasy VII has been so popular for so many years.
Yeah.
I mean, since the game came out in like
97.
97?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least in America.
I knew it was in the 90s somewhere. But it's like, since that game came out, everyone has like compared every single Final Fantasy to 7. And if you notice, we've been in such demand for like either another 7 console to come out, or console release, to where people could play it on the newer consoles, or just a straight up remake.
And that's what we're getting.
Yeah, and it's like, we're getting it now, but look how long it took for them to actually say, hey, we're going to do this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also I think it might have been because, I'm sure that they liked 7. They liked making 7. They're appreciative that it's so popular, but they probably just wanted to do different stuff too. They're probably like, we're game developers. We want to bring something new. We don't want to just keep releasing the same game. But at the same time, it's like, if it's in demand, you might want to at least think about releasing the same game.
We're Americans. We don't want to take risks on new things.
Yeah,
and that's our problem.
Yeah, and the thing with me is, like, I mean, 7 was an okay game. I mean, I didn't play it, obviously, as a kid, because I was 7 years old, literally, when it came out, God,
don't make me feel old.
I know. But the thing was I played it a couple years ago. I got about halfway through, and I stopped, just because, to be honest, I got kind of bored with it. Like, but it's not that I got bored. It's the fact that what was it? There was too many random encounters. Like, it just really ticked me off. I would be trying to do something, and literally every 5 seconds, whoosh, dun, 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 dun. I'm like, are you kidding me? Can I just please make it to the golden saucer?
To old RPGs.
Dude, it got me so mad. I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, I'm done. I'm done with this.
Yeah, that's one thing that really threw me off on, like, a lot of the new RPGs, because in the new ones, they actually show they show, like,
and you can run around
the counters, so you can run around them and everything, but they didn't really have that coding yet.
Yeah.
So it was really on, like, the amount of steps you took, or different spaces, so it made coding a lot easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. That's why they invented things called repel.
Yes.
And with Pokemon, Final Fantasy, a lot of the RPGs had repels.
So you wouldn't have enemy
so
encounters.
So you wouldn't have enemy encounters.
Or like in Final Fantasy X, the no encounter weapons.
Yeah, and that's why that item is so useless now, because there's no reason to have it, because you could just run around the enemy.
Exactly. I mean, like you said, I'm not saying it was a bad game. I still like Final Fantasy VII, but I couldn't get into it. Especially, and I know it sounds cliche, but especially now that we have like the better graphics and the better story, like longer. You know what I mean? Like I just seeing those polygon figures, I was like, I can't. I'm sorry. Like it's again nothing against it. It's just
it's understandable. So it's like with my sister-in-law where she won't watch old anime because she can't stand the animation.
Yeah, oh, with the noses?
Well, not just the noses, just the whole...
How anime characters had noses?
Where the whole animation was kind of...
it was very sharp.
It was very sharp,
yeah. It was very edgy. Like, the characters had edges as opposed to...
You could really tell that it was the days of hand-drawn anime.
Yeah.
And she won't watch it, and she'll only watch new stuff because of the animation is so much crispier.
It's an HD.
Yeah, it's all HD and everything.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I kind of like some of the older animes, though, like that, because it brings something new to the table. It's not like...
I love old anime.
Every anime now almost looks the same. It's got that round, That's why I appreciate anime that kind of goes outside the doors of the norm and, will have a different art style or something.
It's like what David and I talked about last week. In my opinion, is the best show of the fall season.
Yeah.
Is the new Mobile Suit Gundam, Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Yeah.
Best show of the season. I'm not going to go into all of Gundam right now because we did that last week.
Yeah.
But definitely watch that one.
Okay.
But that's what where we were saying about the characters. And with that show, you could tell all the characters are different. Yeah. They're all drawn differently. They all have different designs to them. And it's really nice that we get to see a show where the characters don't look like cookie cutter characters
That's
anymore.
good. That's good. I like that. And that's
with, there's 3 shows that I'm watching right now. And mainly I'm watching because I played the game of one and I've read the mangas of the other 2.
Okay.
So I just kind of want to see their adaptations.
You're like, alright.
But it's like the adaptation versions, it's like if you watched the first episode of one, the second episode of the other, and then the third episode of the other one, you would feel like you're just watching the same show.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I'm watching them every week, and I'm going, this really seems like the exact same thing over and over.
Exactly, and that's what it pretty much is. But, I mean, what can you do except just to watch,
It's like all the characters are kind of drawn the same, and they have kind of the same hairstyle, and it's like the only thing that's different is the color palette.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm excited also kind of for like the Digimon Tri movie that's coming out, because it's like, the animation of that was back in 1999 or something like that. And it's completely different. It looks a lot crisper. It looks more realistic as opposed to it looks more realistic as opposed to just cartoony. Which that's what it was, and it just like the characters look more mature, obviously because they're older, but just their style, the way that they're drawn, looks more mature as well. You know, and I've always kind of been a fan of that. A little bit more realistic, looking characters, kind of like that. So. I'm excited for that. So it'll definitely be a good one. I know a lot of fans are excited for that.
I think a lot of nostalgic fans are going, I can't wait for this movie.
Let me tell you, if by some chance that does get, dubbed in English, I know I said this before, but I am really hoping that they can bring back at least most of the cast.
For all you that don't know what we're talking about right now, there's a new Digimon movie coming out. And it brings back the old cast of the original Digimon show.
So like Ty,
Matt, all the characters you remember of your 4 Kids, Fox,
Yeah, Fox Kids and all
Fox
that.
Kids show that you watch before going to school every morning. Those characters are coming back. They're going to be older, going to have all their old Digimons again, but we get the old stuff back again.
Yeah. So it's the nostalgia factor.
So it's
sure.
it's going to be a very nostalgic feeling to it, but I'm not even really sure what the story is going to be, though.
I don't either. It's a movie too, so it's like
so
you gotta wonder what it's going to be about. Yeah. Watch it be like Devimon comes back or something like that.
The return of Devimon.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not going to be it, but watch
Wizardmon lives.
But, I mean, it's exciting, and I'm really happy that they were able to do something like that. But that goes kind of back into, the demand.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole we wanted Final Fantasy 7. We want 7. Fine. Okay, fine. We're going to give you 7. Are you happy? Yes, we're happy because you finally gave us 7. Digimon. Okay, we want the first season. We want the first season. First. Okay, you want the first season? We'll give you the first season. Are you happy? Yes, because you gave us this first season, So, I mean, but it's just exciting, I mean, it's a lot of new stuff is coming out. Well, rather I should say new old stuff.
New old stuff.
So, now if they'd only just, remake Cowboy Bebop. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, God.
No, I don't think that show stands alone. Like,
yeah, if they did any more with Cowboy Bebop, I don't think fans would be happy.
I don't think so either.
I mean, we're still in the argument of, is Spike really dead? But it's like that ending was just so perfect that if you did anything to it, it would just ruin it.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and it's kind of like Trigun.
Trigun was another good one.
Like, Trigun had a good ending to the series, and when they released the movie, it was like, oh, cool movie, but it wasn't a sequel.
Yeah, it was like between episodes.
It was in between episodes, and it's kind of like the Cowboy Bebop movie.
Yeah,
and why no one really liked that movie either, because it just kind of...
It was in between episodes. It wasn't like a sequel.
Yeah, so you're going, I don't really care.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this happened between episodes 21 and 22 or something like that.
Yeah,
so.
That's the one problem when you do things that are not continuations, and especially with prequels and stuff, because you know the outcome.
Yeah.
So there's no actual suspense, because you're like, okay, this person lives, this person lives, this person lives, this person lives.
Exactly.
So you're watching, and you're just going, yep. All right. Oh, the movie's over. Okay.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Like, I did kind of watch it in that way. I mean, it wasn't bad by any means. I actually liked it.
Actually,
I liked it, but
the Cowboy Bebop movie was not good. But the Trigun movie, Badland Rumble, was really good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, it was enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, for sure. But no, you're right. It's like it was in between episodes, so you already kind of knew who was going to survive and who wasn't. So. But I mean, I enjoyed it. It's been a while though since I've seen it. It's been like 2 years, so I know you have it. So. But it was good. It was enjoyable.
Oh man. Well, we're coming up on our time here.
Oh, are we? I didn't even realize. I've just been rambling.
Well, that's pretty much all we ever do is ramble.
Well, I actually, you know what? It's funny because I never finished my thought from like 25 minutes ago, where I was talking about how like. It's cool that TOWWTA got some of the old voice actors back because because a lot of them have moved on to bigger things than just anime. Because you're right, anime.
Is TOWWTA gonna be your Berserk? Because it was like with David, he had to mention Berserk in every episode.
No, because I mean I like the show, but it's not like I like the show, but it's not like a uber super favorite of mine. Like I enjoy it, but. No, it's cool because, you were right, the anime, there's not really a lot of money in that as far as like voice acting goes.
Yeah.
So, and which is crazy because there's so much work that you have to do for anime. You have the script writers, you have the time coders, and then when you're voicing, you have to look at the monitor, you have to see when the lip flaps are. It gives you like a little time frame, number. Then you got to look at your sheet, kind of gives you the number there too, and it gives you the lines, and it gives you the emotion, and like little notes like that. And you have to time it perfectly within the lip flaps. Well, you have to match the lip flaps, and you also have to time it perfectly within the time limit.
Yeah.
Because if you go over, it's going to mess it up. And there's just so much involved, and it's really sad how they don't get paid as much as somebody who literally just yells, "Ah!" In like a comedy, in like a union gig for Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
They get paid like $600 for doing that. And like the anime people are getting paid like 150 per episode. No, I don't even think it's per episode. It might be per series, maybe. I don't know. I haven't actually gone to LA and done it, so I don't know the numbers, but I know it's a lot less. It's just kind of cool how, like I said, they just brought some of those old people back just to kind of reprise their roles, and that the people were willing to come back.
That's the thing I love when sequels or second seasons come out, but there's such a big time period between when the original came out.
Yeah.
That when the sequel comes out in Japan, they're really good about bringing back all the old voice actors and stuff. But it's like over here, we switch out kind of with a lot of the old people, or not old people, but older voice actors have moved on and everything.
Yeah. So they bring new people that kind of sound similar, but you can still tell it's a different voice.
Yeah, it's like with the Inuyasha that came out. It was like there's been such a long time period from when the Canadian company, I can't remember. I remember they're in Canada, but I don't remember what the company's called.
I don't know.
But it was like we were able to get back a lot of the voice actors, but we didn't get back like Kagome, which is like the main girl. And they got this new one, and she did a good job, but
you could tell it wasn't Kagome.
You could tell it wasn't Kagome, so our famous Inuyasha, Kagome, Inuyasha just didn't sound right anymore.
Yeah. But, I mean, it happens, and sometimes, you have to understand, sometimes voice actors just don't want to come back. They just don't want to reply. Not because they hate it, but they might be too busy. They might be working on other projects. They might not be allowed to come back. There is instances
contracts.
Instances where they can't come back.
I think might have been
especially
with Tenchi, with Ryoko's voice actress.
Maybe
because I'm not really sure. I haven't really researched why she didn't come back.
Yeah,
but that might have. Because she's done other things. Like, she did a, Did you know
anime or something?
Yeah, Did you know anime or something on YouTube with Tenchi. And I was just like, oh my god, it's Ryoko!
Yeah. So who knows? I mean, maybe they're just busy. Maybe, like I said, if they're part of a union, sometimes it's really tricky to get back into a non-union project.
Yeah.
Or, which most anime is non-union. Not saying all of it is, but most is non-union. So it's difficult. That's why, some older voice actors that you're like, man, I wonder why they don't voice an anime anymore.
Yeah.
That's the reason. It's because they're in the union and they can't. It's not that they don't want to, it's that they cannot, Or if they do, they might go under some weird name like, Harold Flower or something,
Change the name so they can come back.
Yeah. So, but that's why. So if a lot of people are asking, oh, well, why don't we ever hear it? That's the reason, So.
Well, that's good information.
Yeah. So,
well,
don't be hating.
Don't be hating.
Don't be hating when they have to find new people because it's not necessarily that they want to. It's they kind of have to.
We can hate all we want. We're Americans. That's what we do.
Okay.
It's 2015. We're offended by everything and hating everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Well, thank you for sticking with us this long. We'll be back next week like normal.
Definitely. Duh.
Duh.
But sounds good. We appreciate you guys. Thanks again for listening to us, and hopefully you enjoy it and join us again next week.
Yep. And we'll have a new website up mid-November, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's news to me.
Yep. I'm working on it with the rest of BitBlast crew, so be sure to check it out. We'll always be on Facebook and stuff. So
I'll reactivate mine too.
Yeah, and send any emails and stuff you have for us. Comment on our page, and we'll be sure to answer whatever you comment.
Definitely. So tell your friends about us. Tell your mom. Tell your dad.
Tell your mom. That's something moms want to listen to.
Tell your dad.
Hey, Mom, listen to the anime podcast.
Exactly. But do it. Alrighty, guys. Take it easy. Bye.
We'll see you on the flip.
really, really